Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Sans Global Immigration, where we talk a lot about Canadian immigration, the latest reforms, the latest policies as per the immigration of Canada, and yes, anything related to Canadian immigration. And we also discuss Canadian immigration stories. So, yes, in today's video, let's talk about the latest update from IRCC that is related to the international student programs. So, yes, in today's video, we'll talk about the latest changes which have been introduced by the IRCC, by the Canadian government, in relation to international students. So those who are watching my video for the very first time, I'm Neha Bhalla. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant from Sans Global Immigration. Our company, Sans Global Immigration, we operate from Mississauga, Ontario, and and we deal in all type of immigration related matters. So if you have any queries or doubts related to your immigration matters, or you want to proceed with any of the files through us, you can contact us on the below number. So yes, without wasting any time, let's start with the today's video that is about the international student program reforms, so the changes which have been announced by IRCC on 5th February 2024. So as you all know, there was already a news about the capping of the study permits which Canada will issue. So the capping was that they will be approving only 3,60,000 study permits in 2024, which is 35% down from the year 2023, this number of study permit applications approved in 2023. So yes, let's start with the video without wasting any time. As you can see here, about the new rules 2024. So these are the four latest changes which have been announced by IRCC today on 5th February 2024. So the first is about the cap, as we talked about the capping of the study permits approvals and in an introduction of a provincial attestation letter. So second is about the postgraduate work permit update for the people who are enrolling for the master's degree. And third is about the postgraduate work permit eligibility for the public private partnership college programs. And the fourth is related to the changes which have come for the open work permit eligibility for the spouses of such people. So yes, let's talk about the first update, that is the cap and the provincial attestation letter. So this rule is coming from 22nd January 2024. Yes, so as 22nd January 2024 has already passed, so if you have submitted your application after that date, then yes, this will be applied to you. So as you can see here, that from 22nd January, most new post-secondary international students at the college or undergraduate level, they must provide a provincial attestation letter, that is the PAL, from a province or a territory with their study permit applications. So if you do not submit that PAL, that is the provincial attestation letter, the IRCC may return any application that they receive which does not include a PAL. So why this attestation letter, why they want this letter, is because this will serve as a proof that the student has been accounted for under a provincial or territorial allocation with a national cap. So basically they want to keep an account of the capping, that this much capping they are keeping for 2024 and how much capping has been reached. So for that purpose, they want the provincial attestation letter. So yes, if you have submitted your application after 22nd January, they may come back to you and ask for the PAL. Then yes, applications that were received before 8:30 a.m. on January 22, as well as those who have already been approved for a study permit and they intend to travel to Canada for an upcoming program, they do not need to take further action as a result of the cap. But yes, after 8:30 a.m. on January 2020, January 22, then definitely you need to have a PAL. So yes, now talking about who needs a provincial attestation letter and who doesn't need this letter. So this PAL, most post-secondary study permit applicants would need it after January 2022. Most non-degree granting graduate programs, like if you opt for any certificate, like if you opt for any certificate programs or any graduate diplomas, then you would definitely need a PAL. And anyone who is not included in the exception list below. So who doesn't need a provincial attestation letter? Basically, if any primary and secondary school students, so any minor study permit applications won't require it. Masters or doctoral degree. So if you're coming for a PhD or a master's degree, you won't need it. Visiting exchange students were needed. In Canada, study permit and work permit holders. So, if you are in Canada already holding a study permit or work permit, which like you are applying for an extension, then you don't need it. In Canada, family members of study permit or work permit holders, they do not need it. And students whose application, as I told you, received before 8:30 a.m. on January 2024, they also don't need it. So yes, going forward, PAL will be a very important document that would be required for your study permit applications. Moving to the next update, which is the postgraduate work permit update for the master's degree program. So basically, what happens is, in recognition that the graduates of master degree granting programs, they are excellent candidates to succeed in Canada's labor market as per the Canadian government. So they are giving them an extra opportunity which is not being given to any other students of any other program. So basically what this says is that starting on 15th February 2024, a longer, that is a 3-year post graduation work permit will be available to those people who are graduating, to those students who are graduating from a master's degree program that is less than 2 years and who meet all other PGWP eligibility criteria. That is, if you opt for even a 1-year master's degree, you will be getting a 3-year postgraduate work permit. So earlier the criteria was, they match the PGWP according to the length of the course, but now exception will be given for the master's degree program. So whether you opt for less than 2 years course also, you will be given a 3-year work permit. And the length of postgraduate work permit for programs other than the master's degree, that will be accordingly to the previous method only, that is according to the length of the study of the program, but to a maximum of 3 years. So this was the second update. So now, without wasting any time, let's move to the third update, which is the postgraduate work permit eligibility for public-private partnership college program. So what is this program? So see, what happens in Canada is, some of the provinces, what they do is they allow public colleges to license their curriculum. So they allow some private colleges to teach their curriculum that is affiliated to them. So in these cases, students, they attend a private college, but the degree they get, the graduation passing certificate, diploma degree they get, is from a public institution. So such public private partnerships, these, so here the changes have come to the postgraduate work permit eligibility for such courses, for such programs which are delivered by private colleges, but the curriculum belongs to the public colleges. So who is eligible for a PGWP after graduating from a public-private partnership college program? So international students who are currently enrolled in all such programs, they will be given a PGWP, no problem for that. But yes, any new students who will be enrolling in this type of program, they will not be eligible going forward for a postgraduate work permit program. So yes. Now moving to the fourth change that have come up is changes to the open work permit eligibility for the spouses. So yes, IRCC has not yet declared the timeline for this. So they have just simply said in coming week. So we yet don't know when this will come into effect. So for now, the program is open. Go ahead and apply for your spouses because soon it's going to be closed. So as per IRCC, in coming weeks, eligibility for open work permit for the spouses and common law partners of international students, they will be updating that. As per them, who will get the open work permit? Only the spouses and common law partners of students in the master's and doctorate programs, that is the PhD programs or the master's program, and professional degree granting programs only they will, because right now anyone studying in Canada, even though you're doing a diploma, you're doing a certificate, your spouses can get an open work permit, but now this criteria will be updated. So, who will not be eligible? Spouses and common law partners of international students in other levels of studying, like undergraduate and college programs, their spouses will no longer be eligible for an open work permit. So, yes, these were the 4 changes, and these were the very, very important changes which have come in the Canadian immigration. So, yes, so hope you liked the video. The video was informative and helpful for you. And if you think the video might be helpful or informative to some of your friends or relatives, so do share our video to them. And yes, do consider And yes, if you want to know more about Canadian immigration and Canadian IRCC policies and updates, then we do recommend subscribing to our channel, as we do talk a lot about Canadian immigration.